What if I told you that science has already proven God? Stay until the end of the video and learn how one of the most prominent scientists of all time might have proven God without even knowing it. Most people cannot comprehend the idea of science and God or spirituality being in the same category. But since the 1900s, science has repeatedly proven the idea or concept of God. And for the past 10 years, this has been one of my main areas of interest. Coming to the realization that spirituality and science are just two sides of the same coin. When I had this realization, it was a huge turning point in my life. But let's take a step back for a second so I can explain why I'm interested in this. I grew up in a fairly religious household. My parents taught me about an all-powerful creator of the universe that we call God. Of course, they themselves only had a very basic understanding of what God meant. After all, who really knows what God is? I was born and raised in Canada, and schools here don't talk about spirituality at all. In school, I did learn about science and understanding our world through observation and experimentation, and that there are universal laws that govern our world. So I had a rudimentary understanding and belief that there's a divine power or spirit that created the universe, and there's much more to us than we know, but also that we can come to a better understanding of our world with the scientific method and prove things by repeatedly getting the same results. Both of these seemingly separate ideas fused together in 2014, and my perspective of life completely changed. I came across a few videos about quantum mechanics, and it became clear to me that quantum mechanics was the bridge between science and spirituality. But getting back to how science has proven God, I don't believe in God as a bearded man in the clouds. That idea was popularized by Christianity, and we can only understand concepts until the limits of our mind. We can't understand concepts such as infinity and no time or no beginning and no end. And these are some of the terms used to describe God in many scriptures. One day I'll explain my understanding of God. But for now, let's try to sum up God as a supreme consciousness that exists everywhere in all of space and time. Spirituality says that we are beings of light and energy, fractals of the supreme consciousness, temporarily manifested in these physical bodies, and that all our external experiences are just an illusion. That's when something occurred to me. Beings of light and energy. Where in science do you see light and energy in the same equation? That's right, Einstein's famous E equals mc squared. For those that don't know what the equation is, it roughly translates to energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. Einstein's theory of relativity told us that energy and mass are interchangeable. So a very small amount of mass or matter can be converted into a very large amount of energy. But think about it for a second. Mass times light squared. Just for reference, the speed of light is approximately 300,000 meters per second. Try to grasp that in your minds for a second about how much energy can be created from such a small amount of mass. So mass, or what we consider physical matter, is energy divided by light, meaning our physical bodies, everything that we can observe and record in our universe is just energy and light. And quantum mechanics, which is the study of how fundamental particles of our reality behave, tells us that all energy in the entire universe is connected. So everything that we know of is light and energy, which is connected throughout the entire universe. That, to me, sounds like what many scriptures describe as God. But of course, that's just my perspective. What's yours?